So, anaerobic respiration ante some of that microbes, especially life originate on the earth without oxygen. Such a time, some of the unicellular microbes are originate like some of that microbes, smallest microbes are mycoplasma. That mycoplasma is also called PPLO, fluoropneumonia-like organisms. So fluoropneumonia-like organism. So most of that bacteria, archaebacteria, you know that one in your first year biological classification. Most of that monerans. So most of the monerans are the prokaryotic organisms, unicellular organisms. Smallest organisms are the mycoplasma. Some of that bacteria, archaebacteria, all are the some of that anaerobes for their respiration, for their breakdown of that food materials, oxidation of the food material, they won't require any type of oxygen. Those are anaerobes. So those anaerobes are maybe two types. According to our syllabus, those anaerobes are also two types. So those are the obligate anaerobes and the facultative anaerobes. Obligate anaerobes and facultative anaerobes. So obligatory anaerobes. So obligatory anaerobes and facultative anaerobes. Obligatory anaerobes means both are not required any oxygen for their respiration. That's why those are called anaerobes. But obligate anaerobes are not survive in the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen. So they are survive only in anaerobic conditions. They survive only in the anaerobic conditions. They cannot survive in the presence of oxygen. So those are simply called obligatory anaerobes. You know that one of the bacterium, Clostridium. So one of the bacterium, Clostridium. So that is also obligatory anaerobes. You know that one viruses. మనం ఏం చెప్తామంటే వైరస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు ఆల్ వైరసెస్ ఆర్ obligatory intracellular parasites. So that's why those are also obligatory microbes. So Clostridium, these are obligatory anaerobes. But what is the meaning of facultative anaerobes? These are also anaerobes. They won't require oxygen, but they are survive. These are not survive in the presence of oxygen, but those facultative anaerobes are survive in the presence of oxygen. But they won't utilize the oxygen. అవి ఆక్సిజన్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవు, కానీ they are also survive in the presence of oxygen. You know very well, one of that cells, you know very well, unicellular fungus, that is yeast cells. So yeast cells are the oblique facultative anaerobes. Those yeast cells are also undergoes to anaerobic respiration. That anaerobic respiration is simply said to be fermentation. So that fermentation process is useful to the production of alcohol and making of bread, production of alcohol. The type of yeast cells are mainly helpful to the making of bread and production of the alcohol. Scientific name of the yeast cells is Saccharomyces. So that is the scientific name of the yeast cells. So that Saccharomyces is commonly called, it is useful to the bread making. That's why it is called bread yeast. Bread yeast. It is also helpful to the production of alcohol. No, that's why it is also called baker's yeast. Baker's yeast. So the scientific name of that one is the Saccharomyces. So these are the types of anaerobes. Once again see that one, types of respiration. So aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. So in that aerobic respiration, oxygen is required, oxygen not required. It is a complete oxidative process. It is incomplete oxidation. In the end products, carbon dioxide, water. In this one, ethyl alcohol or sometimes lactic acid in our muscle cells and carbon dioxide. more amount of energy is released, less amount of energy. Per 1 glucose, 686 kilocalories. In this one only 36 ATP, 56 kilocalories only 2 ATP. It is less efficient. It is more efficient. Mitochondria is involved in aerobic respiration. Mitochondria is not involved in anaerobic respiration. Okay, so these are the aerobic respiration and also anaerobic respiration. Both are the multi-step process. In this lot of components are produced, large amount of energy is also released. Those components which are released during the process of aerobic or anaerobic respiration, those compounds or those chemicals, those biochemicals are useful to the construction of our body or plant body or maybe animal body. And different types of biomolecules are released during this aerobic respiration and also anaerobic respiration. Those macro and micro molecules, those are formed during that aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Those are useful to construction of our body or maybe plant body or maybe in animal body. So the type of these are the types of respiration. So finally, in that anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not required. The type of anaerobic respiration is appear in lower organisms because on that life originated on the earth. So during the course of evolution, there is no oxygen on the earth. Such a time, only the first evolving organisms are the anaerobes. Those are survive in the absence of oxygen. So oxygen avasram ledu, but they are break down their organic compounds and releasing the energy. So small amount of energy is released, but that is useful their metabolic activity. Some of the microbes like mycoplasma, bacteria, like that monerans. You know that one in your first year biological classification, in that monera, archaebacteria, eubacteria, cyanobacteria, mycoplasma, actinomycetes. There are 5 groups are there. So all are the monerans. Those monerans are the prokaryotes without particular nucleus. Some of that monerans are the anaerobes. Some of the protistians are also anaerobes. Those can survive in the absence of oxygen. So based on that anaerobes are maybe obligatory or facultative. Obligatory anaerobes, they don't require any oxygen to both one. రెండిటికి ఆక్సిజన్ అవసరం లేదు, బట్ దే కెనాట్ సర్వైవ్ ఇన్ ది ప్రెజెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్సిజన్. దోస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ ఆబ్లిగేటరీ ఎనరోబ్స్. బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ క్లాస్ట్రీడియం. అనదర్ వన్ ఫ్యాకల్టేటివ్ ఎనరోబ్స్. దోస్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో ఎనరోబ్స్. వాటికి కూడా ఆక్సిజన్ అవసరం లేదు, బట్ దే ఆర్ సర్వైవ్ ఇన్ ది ప్రెజెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్సిజన్. దే ఆర్ సర్వైవ్ ఇన్ ద ప్రెజెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్సిజన్. So those are facultative anaerobes. Best example, you know very well, yeast cells. Yeast cells are the unicellular fungus. Those are commonly called bread yeast because they are helpful to the making of bread. మనం తినే బ్రెడ్ దీని నుంచి వస్తాయి. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ ఈస్ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ టు ద ప్రొడక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఇథైల్ ఆల్కహాల్ in beverage industries. That's why it is also called baker's yeast. Scientific name of that one is the Saccharomyces. Okay, aerobic respiration. So there are common one of that process is present. That process is called glycolysis. So it is a common process in both aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration lo common ga undedi emiti ante, so that is called glycolysis. So that glycolysis is also a multi-step process. So in that multi-step process, lot of components are released. Those components are mainly, so in that aerobic respiration and also anaerobic respiration, in both ones are commonly occurring one of the important step, that is called glycolysis. So that glycolysis, what are the events? Those are takes place within the glycolysis. What are the key points? Those are within the glycolysis. So the type of glycolysis takes place within the cytoplasm. Glycolysis takes place within the cytoplasm. So it is common in both aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So it's common in aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So in this one, glycose means glucose or nothing but sugar. Lysis means breakdown or splitting. What happened during that glycolysis? In this one, that glucose molecule undergoes to the partial oxidation. That glucose molecule is undergoes to partial oxidation, will producing into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid. So that end product of the glycolysis is 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid. Now what are the key points? Those are present within the glycolysis. So that glycolysis was discovered by 3 important scientists. Everyone went EMP, Embeden. Second one, Meyerhoff. Third one, Parnas. So these are the scientists, Embeden, Meyerhoff and Parnas. So due to the discovery of or explanation of this process was explained by 3 members, Embeden, Meyerhoff, Parnas. So those 3 members discovered this type of process. That's why it is called EMP pathway. EMP pathway. So it is the most important essay question in our IPE in previous March 2020. It is also most important essay question. So it is also called EMP pathway or Embeden, Meyerhoff and Parnas. When we are observing that glycolysis, there is no utilization of the oxygen. There is no production of the CO2. ఆక్సిజన్ వాడడం జరగదు, CO2 రిలీజింగ్ కూడా జరగదు. మరి దీనివల్ల బెనిఫిట్ ఏంటి అని చూస్తే, సో 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid is produced along with 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid and also 2 important energy compound, that is NADH2. 2 molecules of the NADH2 and finally 2 molecules of ATP. So actually 4 ATP are formed, but 2 ATP are utilized in this process and net gain of ATP. So that net gain only 2 ATP. That means, so what are the end products of the glycolysis? It will be complete with the help of 10 reactions. It is completed with the help of 10 reactions. So what are the end products of this one? So what are the end products that appear in that glycolysis? So first 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid. PA means pyruvic acid. 2 molecules of pyruvic acid and net gain of ATP 2 ATP. Actually 4 produce అవుతారా, అయితే 2 are utilized for their phosphorylation. That's why net gain of ATP only 2 ATP. And finally 2 NADH. So what is the full form of NADH? You know that one in photosynthesis, NADP, remembering once again. So it is also one of the reduced coenzyme. That is also one of the energy compound. Each NADPH is also equal to the 3 ATP during the oxidative electron transport. So in photooxidative electron transport, but NADH is also another reduced coenzyme. It is also equal to the 3 ATP during that oxidative electron transport in becoming topic in this lesson. సో ఇవి ఇలా ఉంటాయి కదా. సో NADH, NADPH. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద NAD? సో nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So once again you can write nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So that is the NAD. It is the H means reduced form. The reduced form of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. What is the meaning of NADPH? Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So remembering once again, it is also energy compound that is released during the photosynthesis. But it is also energy compound that is formed during the respiration. So remembering once again, in previous 2019 NEET, one of the bit asking in this one. So the following is not formed during the photosynthetic light reaction అని అడిగాడు. అప్పుడు ఏమి ఇచ్చాడంటే ఆక్సిజన్ దట్ ఈస్ రిలీజ్, సెకండ్ వన్ ATP దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో రిలీజ్, NADPH that is released in the photosynthesis, and another option NADH. So that is not that is not produced during the photosynthesis అని అడిగాడు. అంటే NADH is not formed. చాలామంది రెండు ఒకటే అనుకుంటారు. ఎనర్జీ పరంగా రెండు ఒకటే, బోత్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు ద ప్రొడక్షన్ ఆఫ్ 3 ATP, బట్ it is formed during that photosynthesis. This is formed during the respiration. So that type of 2 NADH are formed during the glycolysis. So these are the key points. Then after 10 reactions ఉంటాయి, you can go to that 10 reactions. Before going to that one, once again you can recapitulate. So that glycolysis, so it is derived from to the glycis means glucose, means sugar, lysis means splitting. That means what happened during the glycolysis, that glucose molecule is undergoes to the partial oxidation, will producing into pyruvic acid. After onwards, it is takes place in cytoplasm. It's common in both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. It takes place within the cytoplasm. It's common in both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. It is a one type of partial oxidation. So in this one, it was explained by 3 members. So G, Embden, Meyerhoff and Parnas. EMP, Embden, Meyerhoff, Parnas. Hence this pathway is also called EMP pathway. So during this process, when we are observing that glycolysis, 10 enzymatic reactions are present. In each step is the enzymatic step. Those components are formed, intermediate compounds which are formed in this one. Those are also useful to metabolic process or construction of the different types of chemicals in our body or plant body. So EMP pathway, in this one there is no utilization of oxygen, there is no production of CO2. ఎందుకంటే రెస్పిరేషన్ అనగానే నేమ్ ద గ్యాస్ దట్ రిలీజ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ద రెస్పిరేషన్ అనగానే నువ్వేం చెబుతావు? CO2 is utilized, CO2 is released. But in glycolysis, there is no utilization of the oxygen, there is no production of the carbon dioxide. Okay, but what are the end products? 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid and also 2 NADH రాయొచ్చు లేదా NADH2 అనొచ్చు. యాక్చువల్గా అయితే ఇలా రాయాలి, NADH ప్లస్ H ప్లస్ ఇంతెందుకని చెప్పేసి ఇలా కూడా రాస్తారు. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో రైట్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. సో సమ్ వన్స్ ఆర్ రైట్ లైక్ దిస్ వే, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో రైట్. ఓకే, నథింగ్ బట్ reduced form of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, that is also one of the energy compound. Each NADH is equal to the 3 ATP. Like that also in photosynthesis, NADPH, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, that is also equal to 3 ATP. That is also reduced form of NADP. Okay, So next you can go to the mechanism of the glycolysis. It having multi-step reaction. So different types of components are formed. So what is that main difference between respiration and combustion? In that combustion, so that entire food immediately undergoes to oxidation, will release the total energy during the combustion and burning. So when we are observing that combustion or burning, so that entire organic material is undergoes to burning or combustion will release total energy at a time. But in respiration, so in this also energy is released. The total energy does not release in a particular point. So multi-step reactions are present within the respiration and also in glycolysis. In glycolysis, 10 enzymatic reactions are present with full of the flow chart. That flow chart is most important one. So a flow chart ke manaki exam lo 3 marks untayi. సో ఒక ఫ్లో చార్ట్ వేసినందుకు 3 మార్క్స్ ఉంటాయి, మ్యాటర్ రాసినందుకు 5 మార్క్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో దట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. రియాక్షన్స్ రాద్దాం ఈజీ కోసము. సో ఇక్కడ ఫ్లో చార్ట్ వేద్దాం. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ మల్టీ స్టెప్ 10 రియాక్షన్ కంటైనింగ్ ఫ్లో చార్ట్. యూ కెన్ గో టు దట్ వన్ బై వన్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యూ నో వెరీ వెల్, సో ఇన్ గ్లైకాలిసిస్ within the cytoplasm, within that cytoplasm, first of all that storehouse of energy is starch or nothing but carbohydrate. Then after that is converting into sucrose. That converting into sucrose. Sucrose is the disaccharide. So starch is the polysaccharide, nothing but carbohydrate. So it is a starch is also homopolymer according to biomolecules. So it containing large number of glucose units. So after onwards that sucrose is converting into 2 monomers. So that is one is glucose and another one is fructose. Glucose and fructose. So both are directly enter into the process of the glycolysis. Both are enter into the process of the glycolysis. You can go to the, so that process, that glucose directly enter into the process of the glycolysis. So this is the glucose. How that glucose is undergoes to partial oxidation, will producing into 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid. That producing into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. You can go to that one by one reactions. So first reaction is phosphorylation. So those reactions are not clearly visible in your textbook. There is big paragraph, so we are confused everything. So that's why we are clearly observe those 10 reactions with 10 reactions containing flow chart with matter. You can go to that one by one. So first one is the phosphorylation. So phosphorylation means that glucose is combined with ATP. Glucose is combined with ATP to form into glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate. That means that glucose, so that ATP is donating the phosphate to the glucose. ATP can provide or donate phosphate to the glucose, hence that product is the glucose 6-phosphate. Ante that phosphate is attached on the 6th position of the glucose. Ante gani glucose 6-phosphate ante 6 phosphate kaadu, only 1 phosphate. That phosphate is attached on the 6th position of the glucose, hence that product, hence it is converting into ADP. So ADP, that product is the glucose 6-phosphate in the presence of enzyme hexokinase. In the presence of enzyme hexokinase. Hexokinase undi ante activator Mg2+. రిమెంబరింగ్ వన్స్ అగైన్ ఏటీపీ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఉంది అంటే ఎంజైమ్ కైనేజ్. ఎక్కడైనా కైనేజ్ అని వచ్చింది అంటే అక్కడ ఏటీపీ ఫామ్ అవడం కానీ లేకపోతే ఏటీపీ యూటిలైజ్ అవడం కానీ జరుగుతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్, ద ఎడిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఫాస్ఫేట్ టు ద సబ్స్ట్రేట్, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఫాస్ఫోరిలేషన్. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్, that glucose 6-phosphate is undergoes to the isomerization. So second step, isomerization, that means so that glucose is converting into fructose. Both are the isomers, same molecular formula C6H12O6, but one is the aldehyde and another one is the ketone. So that's why that glucose 6-phosphate is converting into fructose 6-phosphate. No change in their carbon numbers, 6 carbons. No change in their carbon numbers in the presence of enzyme isomerase. Fructose phosphate isomerase. In the presence of enzyme isomerase, that glucose 6-phosphate is converting into fructose 6-phosphate. Next, third reaction. Third reaction is also another phosphorylation. Third reaction is also another phosphorylation. So means addition of another ATP. ఇక్కడ కూడా addition of another ATP. That fructose 6-phosphate is utilized another ATP. అంటే ఏటీపీలో ఉన్న ఫాస్ఫేట్ తీసేసుకుంటుంది, దట్స్ కన్వర్టింగ్ ఇంటూ ఏడిపి. సో దట్ ఈస్ కన్వర్టింగ్ ఇంటూ ఫ్రక్టోజ్ 1,6-bisphosphate. ఫ్రక్టోజ్ 1,6-bisphosphate. సో చెప్పాను కదా, ఫాస్ఫేట్ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్, ఏటీపీ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఉంటే ఎంజైమ్ కైనేజ్. సో ఇన్ దిస్ వన్ ఎంజైమ్ phosphofructokinase. In the presence of enzyme phosphofructokinase, it is converting into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. 1,6 means 7 కాదు, 2-phosphate, bis means 2. So 2 phosphates, 1 phosphate is attached on the first carbon atom and another phosphate is attached on the 6th carbon atom. That's why how many phosphates are available to the fructose means 2 phosphates. So that compound is called, that product is called fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. That is the third reaction in glycolysis. Everything that takes place, remembering that one, only in the cytoplasm. So next step, so fourth step ke liye manko, so that is the cleavage. Cleavage means splitting. So cleavage ante splitting ani cheppochama. So in that cleavage, that fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is splits into 2 trioses. So it having the 6 carbons now. So this is also 6 carbons, this is also 6 carbons. Glucose you know very well, 6 carbons. That fructose 6-phosphate 1,6-bisphosphate is undergoes 2 cleavage, split into 2 compounds, 2 trioses. Triose ante 3 carbon containing sugar. Tetrose 4, pentose 5, hexose 6, glucose is the hexose, 7 heptose. Okay, like this way, you know that one in photosynthesis, C3 cycle, Calvin cycle, all these components are available in Calvin cycle also. So same components. Fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is undergoes to splitting in the presence of enzyme aldolase. C3 cycle lo kuda same ivanni. Aldolase, it converting into DHAP and G3P. DHAP and G3P. ఒకసారి చూడమ్మా, అది టైం అయిపోయిందా. G3P is also called PGL. So that fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is undergoes to cleavage in the presence of enzyme aldolase. Same reaction is also appear in previous chapter like photosynthesis. So it is undergoes to cleavage to form into DHAP, G3P. DHAP means dihydroxy acetone phosphate. Dihydroxy acetone phosphate, and also G3P. G3P means glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So, but in some books it is also same PGL and a phosphoglyceraldehyde. Phosphoglyceraldehyde. So phosphoglyceraldehyde and G3P and okatenamma. So the DHAP, that is DHAP, it is also 3-carbon containing compound. This one also 3-carbon. So that's why those two are said to be trioses. So those trioses are enter into the remaining process of the glycolysis. Next, fifth one. Fifth reaction is also another isomerization. So in this isomerization, you can see this one G3P are also called PGL, phosphoglyceraldehyde. So that phosphoglyceraldehyde is directly enter into the remaining steps in the glycolysis. But that PGA, that DHAP, so that is not suitable to enter into the remaining reactions of the glycolysis. That's why the DHAP is also converted into G3P in the presence of enzyme triose phosphate, because these two are the triose phosphates. Triose phosphate isomerase. Triose phosphate isomerase. ఎందుకు triose phosphate isomerase అన్నామంటే DHAP is one of the triose 3-carbon containing compound. G3P is also another triose 3-carbon containing compound. So that's why enzyme is triose phosphate isomerase. Based on their necessity, the DHAP will convert into G3P. G3P is also again converts into DHAP. That's why it is a reversible reaction. That's why you can write this type of arrow marks according to your chemistry equilibrium. ఈక్విలిబ్రియంలో రాస్తూ ఉంటాం కదా, అదే టైప్లో ఇక్కడ రాస్తాం. సేమ్ రియాక్షన్ ఆల్సో అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ యువర్ ప్రీవియస్ చాప్టర్ ఫోటోసింథసిస్. ఫోటోసింథసిస్ క్యాల్విన్ సైకిల్లో కూడా ఉంటుంది. So now you can go to the next step with G3P. The DHAP is also converting into G3P. That's why you can write two molecules of the, so this is the molecule, 2 molecules of the G3P. So 2 molecules of the G3P, nothing but PGAL. So that is enter into the remaining steps. Next, sixth step, that is oxidation. That is sixth step in oxidation. Only one oxidation is takes place in entire glycolysis. But the number of oxidation steps in glycolysis and only one oxidation step in glycolysis. So that G3P is undergoes to oxidative phosphorylation or nothing but oxidation. So to form into 1,3-bis phosphoglyceric acid. PGA means phosphoglyceric acid. మొత్తం రాద్దాం. phosphoglyceric acid. But you can see this one, 2 molecules, same. But you can see the G3P having only 1 phosphate, but it having the 2 phosphates. First position 1 phosphate, third position another phosphate in the glyceraldehyde. So, మరి 1,3-bis phosphoglyceric acid కదా, గ్లిసరిక్ యాసిడ్లో ఫస్ట్ కార్బన్కి ఒక ఫాస్ఫేట్, థర్డ్ కార్బన్కి ఒక ఫాస్ఫేట్, కానీ ఇక్కడ ఒకటే ఉంది. మరి హౌ ఇస్ ఇట్ పాసిబుల్ మీన్స్ ఇన్ దిస్ స్టెప్ దట్ ATP, most important NEET bit, and also most of the time asking in the examination MSET and NEET. So in first step, ATP is the donor to the phosphorylation. In third step, ATP is also provide the phosphate. But in this step, this oxidative step, that phosphate is obtained from that phosphate available in the form of phosphoric acid that is available from cytoplasm. That available from cytoplasm, it converting into 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. During this process, 2 hydrogens are released. So it is a oxidative step. You know very well, oxidation ante manam 3 cheppochu according to chemistry. Addition of oxygen is also oxidation. Loss of electrons is also oxidation. Loss of protons are nothing but H plus ions. H plus ions are nothing but hydrogen ions. The loss of hydrogens are also oxidation. In entire respiration, any oxidative step is only loss of the hydrogens. So 2 hydrogens are lost. Those hydrogens are accepting by one of that NAD plus, that is oxidative form of the NAD, that is reduced into NADH2. So due to the involvement of the NADH2, loss of hydrogens, that enzyme is dehydrogenase. That enzyme dehydrogenase. That enzyme is the dehydrogenase, G3P dehydrogenase. Remembering once again, in any way, any place, NAD or NADP involvement undi ante enzyme dehydrogenase. Remembering once again, elagaithe kinase unte manaki edi ATP involvement unte kinase ela avutundo, if maybe NAD or NADP or involvement is there, such a time that enzyme is dehydrogenase. Next step. So next step is the dephosphorylation. Dephosphorylation. Next step is the dephosphorylation. So in the dephosphorylation, perlone undamma. So loss of phosphate. Loss of phosphate from first position. So it is converting into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So lot of that loss of that phosphate. So PI anochu leda, that is also IP ani cheppochu, inorganic phosphate. So that 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid, so lost their phosphate from first position, it's converting into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid, namaste sir. 3-phosphoglyceric acid and lost their inorganic phosphate. Immediately that inorganic phosphate is accepting by to the ADP, adenosine diphosphate, it converting into ATP in the presence of enzyme. You know that one, if maybe ATP involvement is there, that enzyme is called kinase. So same type of enzyme we are also utilized in this one, phosphofructokinase. That kinase enzyme is useful to making of that ATP. So in this one direct ATP, so that ATP directly producing during this process without involvement of the NADH. That's why it is simply said to be SLP. SLP means substrate level of phosphorylation. So substrate level of phosphorylation, substrate level of phosphorylation. So this is the first substrate level of phosphorylation. ఎందుకని ఫస్ట్ అని చెబుతున్నామంటే there are 2 substrate level of phosphorylation during the process of glycolysis. That's why it is simply called first substrate level of phosphorylation. So then after undergoes to that another step, that another reaction is nothing but isomerization. It is also called intramolecular shift. So it is also called intramolecular shift. So intramolecular shape, it is also called isomerization. So that means that 3-phosphoglyceric acid. What is the meaning of 3-phosphoglyceric acid? So it's not a 3 phosphates on glyceric acid. That is wrong. Only 1 phosphate is attached on the first carbon of the glyceric acid. So third carbon lo unna phosphate. 3-phosphate means third carbon lo oka phosphate untundi. That phosphate is so shipped on the second carbon atom. Hence it is called 2-phosphoglyceric acid. 2-phosphoglyceric acid in the presence of enzyme phosphoglyceromutase. Phosphoglyceromutase. So that is converting into 3-phosphoglyceric acid into 2-phosphoglyceric acid. అంటే ఏం లేదు ఇక్కడ ఈ థర్డ్ కార్బన్ యాటమ్ దగ్గర ఉన్న ఫాస్ఫేట్ సెకండ్ కార్బన్ యాటమ్కి షిఫ్ట్ అయింది అంతే. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఇంట్రా మాలిక్యులర్ షేప్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో సెట్ టు బి ఐసోమరైజేషన్. సో నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ ఇస్ ద dehydration. So 9th step, dehydration. So dehydration means loss of hydrogen from to the substrate. Loss of hydrogen from to the substrate. It is converting into phosphoenol pyruvic acid. Phosphoenol pyruvic acid in the presence of enzyme. In the presence of enzyme enolase.